Hi, I'm Dave Henning with the Fresh Start Podcast, fresh ideas for business and personal growth. Today, my guest is Coach Chris, president of Lifetime Leisure Experiences from West Palm Beach, Florida. He is a professional speaker, coach, consultant, and media guest. And he is a sports fanatic like myself. Love it, plus travel. And what he's doing nowadays is really unique. The inside secrets to safe, luxury travel for pennies on the dollar, bringing families together so their memories last forever. And that's so important in this day and age, actually, especially in the season that we have just came out of, Coach. So tell me this, how did you transition from an AT&T marketing executive to the number one travel guru and travel coach? What happened?
Well, Dave, I've always loved travel. It was in my blood. I was very blessed as a youngster with my family going to Europe for family vacation, seeing the United States, going to the islands. I'm cultural. I'm an ex-conductor, so I used to go to Broadway to see a lot of Broadway shows. And being an athlete, traveling all over the country, playing in golf tournaments. I was a college little football in there too. And I believe in travel. I think the benefits of travel a lot of times are overlooked. That's the wellness of it, your corporate wellness, reduces stress, improves your education, learn about different cultures, experiences, new experiences. It's healthy to be outside, and especially after this pandemic. It's so relevant now that families have been cooped up. They haven't seen their loved ones, their grandchildren, their generations. Weddings have been canceled, graduations people have been able to go to, etc. So as I open usually my speeches, I say, would you all agree that the best things in life aren't things? They're not these watches. Hell, this is a $35 Costco watch. It's no Rolex, but the best things in life are your health. That's mental and physical health, as I've heard some of your other guests talk about. It's your health, your family, your friends, and those precious memories and experiences. And as you know, we talked about a lot of those memories and experiences do involve travel, vacations, reunions, girlfriend trips, golf trips for the guys, foursomes. And we haven't been able to do it, not to escape life, but for life not to escape us. Let's enjoy what's out there, whether you want to go to museums, safaris, sit on the beach in Maui, surf, be a ski bum like me, play the best golf courses in Europe. Everybody's a little different. Some people go on cruises. So the best things in life, I really think, really aren't the material things. It's the time you spend with your family and friends creating, those memories and experiences.
Making memories, that is precious, absolutely. So, what are your top three travel tips with all your experience of doing this?
Yeah, well, I found that the biggest problem is, they all agree travel's great. We can't afford it. And that's why they hire me or have me come speak, because I'm this guy, I'm just middle class guy that lives like the rich and famous. I've been around the world a couple of times. I'm not a Motel 6. I believe in luxury travel. And for your listeners, I think they all know the two biggest expenses of travel are airfares, especially when you're talking about a family, to get to your family, to reunions, or skiing, or go to a Broadway show or whatever, go to Europe, the islands, Hawaii. So it's the airfares and it's the accommodation. So let's take both of those and give you, the inside tips. What I show people are the inside secrets, the loopholes, how to break these expenses down so you're going to save 90%, sometimes even more. That's what I do. I haven't paid for a flight, Dave, in 14 years. Wow. And I average probably 7 to 10 because, as you know, I told you I'm a speaker, flights a year, and I haven't paid for one. And I'm not married to a flight attendant or a pilot either. So everybody's heard about points and travel hacking and credit cards. I would suggest, to make it simple for your audience and your listeners, figure out your destinations you want to go to on vacation, your family reunions. Every airline is associated with a bank, is associated with a credit card, and they all run promotions for sign-up bonuses once you're approved for the credit card. Now, for instance, Delta is with American Express, Southwest is with Chase. I fly American back and forth because I go to Lake Tahoe. I have a home out there and an office in Lake Tahoe, so I fly in Reno. So I try to find the best deals on American. And a lot of these credit cards, they require you to spend $2,000 to $4,000 to get the 60,000 frequent flyer miles to turn into free flights, Hawaii, Europe, 2 domestic flights. But if you uncover the deals the way I do, I show my clients how to buy a pack of gum. All right. Just one purchase and wind up with 60,000 airline miles on American. And in addition, they're going to get free luggage check-in. And in addition to that, they're going to get priority boarding. So after first class and business class, they're not going to fight for that overhead luggage compartment. So basically, they're flying for free. And for instance, another example is with Southwest Airlines. They have about 4 or 5 credit cards associated with Chase Bank. And if you sign up for their credit cards, your initial sign-up bonus is 50, 60,000. They call them rapid reward points. And if you're in a business like you are or I am, and you get the business card, the personal card, your spouse gets one, these miles leveraged together or points, and you fly free as well as a companion. I worked with a client that just wanted to take his son to baseball parks around the country. He's a baseball fanatic, talk about sports. And he came to me, how I could do it. Just a middle-class guy. And I showed him, I said, the best solution for you is the Southwest companion pass. So I showed him how to do that, etc. I have all the resources, the knowledge, the blogs, how to go about doing this. So, and also those credit cards come in with hotels too. You pick your popular hotel chain, you sign up American Express or Chase Bank, with Marriott's with Bonvoy. And if you spend a few $1,000s, be smart about this. I just put my homeowner's insurance last month on a Delta Gold card for $2,500. That gave me 70,000 miles. That's the equivalent of $1,000 for flying. So if you have yourself, your spouse, you have a business, you put your spending obviously into the airline of your choice, their credit card. Obviously, we all know we pay it off, pay interest on anything. I haven't paid interest on a credit card my whole life, and I'm 72 years old. So you just be a smart consumer about this. Most of these credit cards, as you know, have you need a credit score of 700 above. But if you leverage the sign-up bonuses, that's the key now. We just, like I said, with this American Airlines card, you're going to get 70,000 miles for making one purchase. In the card, you don't pay anything for the year. You just hope that you're going to put your spending on it. So I would tell your audience, pick the airline of your choice. Where you want a vacation, where your children are, your grandchildren. It might be Southwest. It might be United. If you go to Hawaii, it might be Aloha, Hawaiian Air. If you fly internationally, it might be British Air. Every airline is associated with a bank, with a credit card. You want to get that credit card initially. So basically, you wind up flying for free. And that'll save you a ton of money. So do you have any questions on that issue? I'd be glad to answer them.
Well, as you know, as you mentioned, the key is to make sure you're going to pay the payments on that credit card. And you made a really valid point about the fact that certain things like car insurance, homeowners insurance, things that you're paying for anyway on your regular budget, if you pay those with an airline card, you're getting points. Am I hearing you correctly?
Yeah, that's right. People don't realize I put all my utilities, my cable bill, my phone bill, electric bill, everything's billed to automatically to a credit card. And the key is to know which credit card to use that's going to give you the best return on investment where you want to go to. So you choose the airline or the credit card that gives you the big bonus is in the sign-up bonuses, 60,000 miles. Just with that bonus alone, that'll get you round trip to Europe or Hawaii or 2 domestic flights in the United States. And then when you, like I just repeating myself here, if you have a business, you get the business account with that card and put your business expenses on it. It all goes to, you point everything that you're spending and the bonuses to your frequent flyer number. And believe me, it adds up. And that's how you get the fly for free. Take your family wherever they want to go. It's the best tip.
I am reminded actually now that you're talking about this of a good family member of ours, and they run all of their supplies through a travel card, a flight card, and they've been taking free cruises around the world forever. They're on a cruise every time I turn around, over in the Mediterranean or through the Panama Canal or whatever, using that same concept that you are talking about. So, Coach, tell me, what are your key safety concerns for travel? And we got the flavor of the month's new cliche, new normal travel environment. So, what are the safety concerns nowadays? What's going on, you think?
Well, obviously, I believe, should be vaccinated, and their children too. If they're traveling with their children, wear a mask in doctor's office appropriate. Don't fight the system. Number two, your destination, check out whether you're staying in a hotel or resort, what their requirements are, what's open, their hot tubs might be closed, certain activities, etc. Know ahead of time what especially with international travel. International travel gets complicated. They change the rules every single day. So before you embark on an international trip in this topsy-turvy situation, check with your destination and Chamber of Commerce what the current regulations are, where there's quarantining, etc. But in the U.S., airlines are pretty much, as we know, open. General safety, hygiene tips. Now, one big tip, it relates to my second tip I really didn't talk about in saving money, and it relates to safety too, is for your accommodations. A lot of the typical, we're talking about families now, the family vacation. Everybody thinks hotels, resorts. I'm going to stay in a hotel. I'm going to stay at resorts. I go to Disney World or whatever. And as I mentioned in my speeches and in my presentations, I tell the audience, I say, repeat after Coach Chris now. Forget the word hotel for your typical family vacation. Forget hotels. Why? I'll tell you. Because Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt, Westin, Disney, Starwood, Wyndham, even the Ritz-Carlton now, they all have vacation club products or timeshare type products instead of hotels. So instead of paying big money for a hotel room, nice hotel room, sleeps four, or get a suite, but you pay more, what you need to do is use this resource. You don't have to own timeshares now. I'm not saying you go out and buy them. You rent the timeshare or the vacation club from an owner. An excellent resource for your listeners is redweek.com. You put your destination in, and I'll give you a perfect example. We were talking earlier. I'm a ski bum. In the winter, Vail, a Marriott hotel room costs $750 a night. And then another $50 to park your car. It's a luxury resort where you could get on the internet. Here, especially with families, they have kids, children, they're trying to save money. And a half mile down the road, rent from an owner, the Marriott, it's called, the Marriott Timeshare Vacation Club. It's, and you're going to get a 1 or 2 bedroom unit. The 2 bedroom units sleep 8. You're going to get a full kitchen, a washer dryer, 3 flat screen TVs, a patio, underground parking, no charge, a fireplace, and you're going to pay $200 or $300 night. That's all. So here's a translation. You're going to pay a third the price of the hotel room. You're going to get triple the space, 1,400 square feet instead of 400 square feet, triple the amenities. By the way, this resort I was talking about, I use Vail for an example, Marriott Streamside, but it could be Disney, it could be California, it could be Paris, it could be any place. Where I am in Palm Beach, Florida, they have a clubhouse with an indoor-outdoor pool, sauna, whirlpool, steam room, the whole bit, weight room, and they provide free transportation. So a family of 4 is going to save 80, 90% on their accommodations. But instead of thinking hotels for that typical family vacation, whether it's Hawaii, Aruba, the Caribbean, even Europe now, Disney World, Los Angeles, San Diego, major resort areas, all the hotel chains have these vacation club, they call them vacation clubs, products. Now that relates to safety. Besides saving 80 or 90%, You're going to get triple the space. You're going to get full resort amenities right here in Palm Beach. I live in a golf course community. I probably spend 20 or 30 nights. When my son comes down, I get an oceanfront suite. I could see the sunrise. Cheaper than Motel 6. I mean, full kitchen. There's grills outside. There's water aerobics. There's activities. So people don't know they don't have to own these timeshares to utilize these valuable resources. And we talk about safety. We have to be concerned about safety now because we're in that transition, COVID or Delta thing. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an expert. I just watch TV like everybody else. But I know the hotel chains, the Marriotts, the Hiltons, they have very strict safety standards, sanitization standards before you check in the room. They take extra time cleaning the room. When I was over a couple of weeks ago staying oceanfront when my son was down here, even a TV remote is sterilized, in one of those like Ziploc things. So the rooms are clean, and it's much better if you're concerned about safety than using Airbnb at this time that you don't know somebody's home, what their cleanliness standards or sanitization standards are. Whereas the hotel chains, obviously, they meet stricter standards. They're governed. It's on their website, et cetera. So that's another big safety issue. When you're traveling with your family, the savings of utilizing a vacation club product, they call them vacation clubs or timeshare, you're going to get triple the space, triple the amenities, 1/3 the price, more resort amenities. Heck, besides, it comes with miniature golf. When I go to my beach club, it has a little miniature golf course, water aerobics, tennis courts, gym, and it's less than Motel 6 prices. And again, you don't have to pay the upfront charge to Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt to purchase a timeshare. You're renting basically owner's inventory where they've canceled their reservation. They're just trying to get their maintenance charges back. And again, I want to repeat because it's so important. The best resource for these accommodations around the world, you just put in the destination you want, the size unit. They come in studios, if you just have a couple, with a mini kitchen, microwave, refrigerator, 1-bedrooms that sleep 4, 6. I stay in Vail. My buddies, there's 2 full bathrooms, wood-burning fireplace, all the firewood you can burn. Some of them have 2 bedrooms, sleep 8. Some of these resorts have 3 bedrooms. You could fit 12 people in there. So I want to emphasize this option for families going on vacation. Think about renting from an owner now, not the company now, because they'll charge you triple. Not from the Marriotts, Hiltons, the Hyatts, the Ritz-Carlton. Rent from an owner, use that resource. That's for safety and saving money. And again, you have a kitchen. You could save money cooking the meals there. You go to Costco like I do. I fill up on food and, the perishables. And if I'm there for a week, I don't have to go out and pay the exorbitant breakfast fees. I just sit on the balcony and watch the sun come up. And it's a great way to, with your family, again, family, friends, to share those memories and experiences. So I hope that tip helps your audience.
That, Coach Chris, that is $1 million idea right there. Just that tip alone is amazing. I actually had a timeshare. I took my kids when they were little down to Disney World in Orlando, and we ended up, come on over to this timeshare and get a free tour kind of thing. And I actually signed up for a timeshare that I think I only used it once. I was paying all these maintenance fees, but that is an amazing tip. That tip alone.
With timeshares, never, ever buy from the developer. Only on the resale market. Again, I'm into savings. That my middle name is, I'm the coupon king. I believe in not paying retail for anything.
Yeah.
These timeshares are the greatest thing in the world, but you never buy directly from the developer. You figure it out. You buy on the resale market only, or you don't buy at all. You just rent somebody else's facility at a beautiful resort. You're acting like the owner. You're getting the full amenities, the full vacation experience, and you're not paying upfront fees. You're not paying maintenance fees and worried about season and availability. You're just taking over somebody's when they can't. Unfortunately, they can't go. They're just looking to get their maintenance fees back. So it's a definitely cost-saving options, especially for families. And it is luxury. All the resorts are 4 and 5 stars. Even the Ritz. I've stayed at the Ritz-Carlton clubs too.
So how can we help you today, Coach Chris? I'm talking with Coach Chris from West Palm Beach, Florida. How can I help you today? Do you have a website that I can send people to?
Yeah, well, 2 things. I want to let people know I'm a professional speaker. If they have events, association meetings where they're looking for this sort of information, how to travel safely and really save a lot of money, because travel is so important these days. I do speaking engagements. They could contact me, CoachChrisSpeaks.com. Just spell out CoachChrisSpeaks.com. I have an automated calendar, and I'm offering the people that are listening to our broadcast today a free consultation with Coach Chris, where I answer their individual questions, because everybody's travel needs and experiences or wants are a little different. So I'll give them a consultation, point them in the right direction, give them the resource. Another thing I'm going to give away to your audience, I have a free, for people that like books, I have an ebook that I worked with another travel guru on, 99 travel tips without skimping. That goes into greater detail. So if they go to that website, CoachChrisSpeaks.com, and just sign up for an appointment with me, 15-minute. We'll cover that. I'll have their email address if they want the book, and I'll point them in the right direction. And if they're looking for a speaker for their organization, a unique speaker, I'm also a stand-up comedian that'll entertain them and give them this type of value. My direct email is lifetimeleisure@bellsouth.net. They could contact me. But I would say I'd like to speak to people. I'm a people person. Well, by all means, give me a call. I'd love to speak to you because, my company now, it's really under the umbrella of Lifetime Leisure Experiences. We look forward to servicing your dreams and bringing your family together for those precious memories to last forever. That's what I'm all about.
Excellent information. Thanks, Coach Chris. Thank you for being with me today. And I have one last question, because we didn't have time to get into the comedian thing. I got turned down by the comedy club in Charlotte. I just want to take a class because I was voted the senior class clown in high school, but the guy says, you don't want to take this class. The ironic thing is that I was looking on LinkedIn, and the manager of the comedy club is following me on my podcast. So I thought that was a joke.
Well, that's funny. Yeah, I got into comedy. That always been funny. But my basically coach and mentor, he's a Hall of Fame speaker. When we first met 4 years ago, I'm in his mastermind group. He said, Chris, if you're not funny, you're not going to get paid. If I don't get a laugh every 19 seconds, I'm not making that 35 grand from the stage. And he says, you're naturally funny. Utilize, the comedic ability. Like when we have another couple of minutes, I talk about and relate to your topic. We're all struggling out there. We want to pay for our vacations. I say, hell, President Biden's flying coach on Air Force One. I mean, the people are putting stuff on layaway at the dollar stores. I was in Hollywood last week. Pimps driving Kias, mafia families dining at the Olive Garden. Paris Hilton fired her nanny, in her dog's yoga classes. I say, hell, my kid's school lunch program, it's macaroni and cheese. It's macaroni or cheese. A-Rod, that she broke up with Jennifer Lopez. Why? Because he wanted to date Madonna for the senior citizen discount. I saw a guy coming out of Costco, 1 roll of toilet paper. In Hollywood, again, women only getting 1 boob done. So what I do is I try to relate the comedy that we're all struggling out there. We're trying to save money. Hell, even the Kardashians are losing their ass. So, I mean, the thing is about comedy, if you're an entertainer or speaker, besides giving people that pay for speakers, they want to be entertained. They want to get the value. As you know, you give podcasts to give value, but your audience still wants to be entertained. So I try to do both when I speak, entertain the audience and give the value that I think they need and customize it to their requirements. So that's what Coach Chris is all about.
Absolutely. And as you probably know, it is a proven fact that humor retains memory, and they remember a lot more from a story or from humor. So I do have one last question because we got to go.
Yeah.
What was your very first job when you were a kid?
Well, I was a caddy. I grew up, we're talking about playing golf. I caddied at an early age, 12 years old at Beth. In fact, course where they had the U.S. Open, Bethpage, grew up on Long Island, New York, Bethpage State Park, the black course.
Oh, wow.
And so I was a caddy there. I think when they allow us to caddy at 12 years old, and I carried single and double. And then I was, that was my home course during high school. I played football and I was on the golf team.
Fantastic. Long Island. I'm familiar with Long Island. I had a roommate from Long Island when I went to school in Boston, and I met the guy that was the trainer for years for the New York Yankees, and he relocated to North Carolina. I went to a luncheon where he told some incredible inside stories about the Yankees, but that's for another day, my friend. Thank you.
Yeah, that's another day.
Yeah, thank you for joining me.
Well, thanks for the opportunity. I'd love to come back. I could tell you stories and give a lot of other tips, but I think the two tips for people to focus on with my help, well, you need a coach on anything, any endeavor you're doing. It always helps to have a coach to get better. So I'm your travel coach. And the two big tips, you don't have to pay to fly. And think about an alternative to hotels. Get triple the space, triple the amenities for just a third the price of a hotel room. It's all possible. It's all out there.
Thanks, Coach. I'm Dave Henning with the Fresh Start Podcast. Fresh ideas for business and personal growth. And thanks, Coach, once again for being with me. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you for the opportunity.